One thing I would like to tell everyone, don't get caught up in the system. Don't put yourself in a predicament where the system is going to put you on trial to be judged by 6 to 12 people. Because these people have all sorts of tricks they play to get convictions. Do not play with these people. After watching the video of Austin Metcalf walking over to confront Karmelo Anthony, that was pretty much all I needed to see. Once Austin and his crew decided to take matters into their own hands, to make it their business to remove Karmelo Anthony from the tent, 100% proves Karmelo Anthony didn't have any intentions of hurting anyone, let alone murdering another person. But when a life is gone, people want that, the person who caused the life to be gone, they want their life to be over as well. That's just how it goes. Let's check this video out. Started over here. So there's Austin Metcalf allegedly walking with his crew. Like a gang. you know, how, I mean, how dangerous does this look? Now that we know what's going on, this crew of people was heading to confront, attack, we don't know, but one person. They was heading to confront one person. This crew of people. This crew of people. Unbelievable. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. And now we have Karmelo Anthony locked up for 35 years. Unbelievable. 35 years. Let's get to the part where they're under the tent. Under the tent. Of course, it's a little blurry. We can't see too much. But obviously there's something going on. Looks like a little push, a little shove. Boom, boom, boom. Get up out of there. All right. Watching this video. This video could not have made it. Could not have been evidence in trial. It could have not made it to evidence for this trial. Karmelo Anthony was being stalked. He was stalked and found guilty for minding his business, then having to defend himself. And if you don't believe there is much more clear footage of what happened that day, you are absolutely crazy. Too many kids around with phones. Too many kids around with phones for there not to be much footage. The first thing kids do, they already have their phone out recording. And the footage is edited to show little as possible in defense of Austin Metcalf and whoever else involved. But that's the key. Whoever else was involved. Was this Austin Metcalf fight? Or was this his brother fight? Or was it one of the associates hanging with the crew? Honestly, looking at that video of Austin Metcalf walking to confront Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf looked like he was getting ready to go rob somebody. If I was outside in the streets and I seen that crew coming towards my way, I would be prepared, thinking they're about to come rob me. Now, carrying a pocket knife, utility knife, whatever it is. I remember as a kid, I used to have those little knives that I had with me from time to time that had all the different things on it. It had a knife, it had a can opener, it had all type of things on it. That's what it sounded like Carmelo Anthony had. Carrying one of those knives does not show Carmelo Anthony intended on hurting anyone. But because Carmelo had a pocket knife on him, that day, the people who want to see Carmelo's freedom taken away forever pushed the narrative. He came to the track meet to intentionally inflict harm on someone. Just so happened to be Austin Metcalf, I guess. Those same people, understand this, those same people are the ones who advocate for gun rights, the right to bear arms. But now that Carmelo Anthony has a utility pocket knife on him, he had an intention to harm, murder, whatever they want to say, someone. How crazy is that? Everyone has a right to carry a weapon, following the laws of their state. Whether it's a pocket knife, you can conceal a weapon, a firearm, whatever it may be. That doesn't mean that everyday Americans have the intention to go out and harm people because they have a weapon on them. They have a weapon to protect themselves, just like Carmelo Anthony did. But when you're a black man in America, it's not a crime for us to carry a weapon. But if we use that weapon we have the right to carry, as a black man against the system, we barely have any protection from the law. That's just the way it is. And we have to understand that, sadly. So please stop it with the he intended to cause harm because he had a pocket knife on him at a track meet. He probably wasn't the only kid out there with a pocket knife. I bet more than 40% of Americans carry some type of weapon on them on a daily basis. I know it. I remember as a kid, every adult had a pocket knife on them. And when you needed some work done by them, you needed your shoestring cut, you needed them to open a package, the first thing the man would do was whip out that little pocket knife. As much as we might not like it, man, I know I hate it. We have to start participating in jury duty. That's the only way we can get justice and protect our freedom and be fairly judged. We have to start participating in jury duty. We have to bite the bullet, man. We have to. In the Mr. Child case, there were 5 black jurors. None in Karmelo Anthony case. But Mr. Child was acquitted. He isn't guilty. He's home. He's free with his family. And Carmelo Anthony was sent to prison for 35 years. Black folks don't want to send people to prison. It's very hard for black people to say someone is guilty. Let's send them to prison. I mean, you have to be an absolute monster. You have to be scum of the earth for black people to want to send you to prison. Because we understand why these prisons were built and who they were built for. Man, if there's anyone that can make a more logical assessment of the situation, it would be someone working for the educational system. But those 3 people were disqualified. Can you believe that? Or y'all understand the system and you believe that because you already know how it works. Not one black person was on that jury. And we're supposed to be judged by our peers. But you decide not to put any young black African Americans on the jury. Intentionally. And I thought when you shot someone in the back, you are automatically guilty. That's the rule I thought. Now, I understand the system. You got the right lawyers. The right lawyers know the right people, knows the prosecutor. The prosecutor, is cool with the judge and they make things shake. I understand all of that stuff. But when you shoot somebody in the back, you automatically guilty. Even if it's a slap on the wrist, you should be guilty of something. And Mr. Child was acquitted for allegedly shooting someone in the back, whether it was him or whoever they're trying to say it was. Shooting someone in his back is almost always a guilty verdict. But the most shocking detail of this whole Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf case, the most shocking detail in this case is Austin Metcalf has a twin brother. And that twin brother never took the stand? Am I right? Can you imagine that? A twin brother not taking the stand to go support his brother and lie, beg, borrow, and steal if he need to support his brother. That's not suspicious to y'all out there? Is that just a coincidence? Is that just how the system works? We don't want him to be on trial? No, I want to hear what he got to say. Of course, when he's the witness for his brother, he's going to lie, beg, borrow, and steal. I understand that. But he has to be cross-examined. And if you ain't used to the system, you'll fold under pressure. So I think the lawyers protecting this case understood not to put Austin Metcalf's brother, twin brother, on the stand. That's just my opinion. Because once he gets cross-examined, we don't know who started the fight. We don't know who was the aggressor. We don't know the full outcome. We only know the details that comes out of court. Everything the judge let become a part of the trial. Everything Austin Metcalf, weak-ass lawyer, was able to, bring in his evidence. He didn't do a damn thing. That man, I could have been Austin Metcalf lawyer and done a much better job than that freaking lawyer right there. I would have brought Austin Metcalf's brother in as a witness or something. He would have got on the stand. I mean, I would have brought the footage. I would have had private investigators on soon as he hired me out there searching for footage from everyone. And that's crazy, man. And I don't know what to say about about Karmelo Anthony's parents, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Let me just leave that alone. But I do think Karmelo Anthony will be out soon. He may have to spend a couple years, a little time behind bars, which is unfortunate. It's also unfortunate Austin Metcalf lost his life. It's also unfortunate Austin Metcalf decided to go confront and take authority in his own hands, X, Y, and Z. But, what I learned is you keep your hands to yourself. You protect yourself at all times, because if Karmelo Anthony did not protect himself, people say, and I wrote on Twitter, what was Karmelo Anthony supposed to take that L? And I was like, that's crazy work. What does taking the L mean to y'all? just being able to walk away. Y'all think that was going to happen? You think Austin Metcalf was going to let Karmelo Anthony just walk away after he's being stalked, walk from 300 yards plus? These are bully tactics being shown. So just think about it. Karmelo Anthony says, I don't want no problems. I'll walk away. I'm finna get. They still stalk him down. They tease him. They might push him. Y'all know that. Y'all been kids before. Another kid isn't just letting you walk away from a fight. Maybe 10% of the time, a very small percentage. But if Karmelo Anthony would have tried to walk away, they could have slammed him on his head. He could have trampled down the bleachers. Anything could have happened. Now, I do think that Karmelo Anthony is guilty of something. But first-degree murder, y'all got to be kidding me, man. The sad part about it, everyone that is hooraying and happy about Karmelo Anthony being convicted of first-degree murder, that can happen to you. And they can play games in that system with you. I've been through the system left and right, and I'm still going through the system. And I see the games that's played. They can play games with your freedom in them. And that shouldn't sit well with any American out there. The justice system is supposed to provide fair and honest justice to us Americans. So like I said, man, we have to bite the bullet and start being a jury, start joining the jury out these days, man. I'm definitely guilty of it, but we're going to continue to support Karmelo Anthony, not because he's black. It's not a black or white thing. It's just the miscarriage of justice that everyone should be standing up for. If Mr. Child is acquitted for shooting someone in the back, no, the gun was not pointed at him. And he's free just because he's in another state. He was able to get black jurors on his jury. And Karmelo Anthony's circumstances is totally different just because he's in a different state. And don't you commit no crimes in Texas. Let me tell you that. Texas is not the place to play. Jeez. I heard so many things about Texas, from simple marijuana to, man, you do something, you catch a felony out there, man, it is over for you. But stay away from out to Texas, man. Be on your best.